Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Casey Campbell, and I'm an active duty staff sergeant in the United States Air Force. I am currently deployed, so please forgive the bad background and bad lighting, and also this is my first time doing this, so if you have any pointers, please let me know. Today I want to talk a little bit just about my Skillbridge experience and the process that I went through to get my current Skillbridge program approved. So just a little bit of background on me. I have been in the Air Force for coming up on 6 years in September. I've had 3 deployments. I'm currently in the civil engineering career field as a heating, ventilation, and air conditioning technician. My home base is McGuire Air Force Base, New Jersey. I've been there for a little over 5-ish years now. Originally, I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So for Skillbridge, this is a slight career pivot for me. I realized that HVAC is not something that I want to pursue for the rest of my career, and I was looking for something to get into that interests me. So for Skillbridge, I think one of the most important factors is making sure that your leadership is on board. I know there are a lot of bases that are denying Skillbridge programs just because they can't afford to lose the manning, and although it is a great program, obviously that's understandable. It is basically releasing you from your contract for up to 6 months early. So that's a lot of people to lose, especially if everybody wants to start doing Skillbridge. I still have met people that have no idea what Skillbridge is. They're starting to brief what Skillbridge is in the separation out processing briefing, so people get an idea of how important this opportunity could be for them and how it could set them up for employment post-military career. Skillbridge is for people that are separating, also that are retiring. So when I started to look for a Skillbridge program, when I came upon my 6-month mark of my contract, there are so many opportunities out there, literally doing anything. I know someone who's going to be a wind turbine technician. I know someone who's going to be a software developer. There are a ton of tech jobs, a ton of cybersecurity jobs, and obviously cybersecurity was the thing that I was most interested in. I did want something relating to computers, something that was going to kind of challenge me in a new way, because I was looking forward to getting out of my current career field and starting something fresh. And I initially had reached out to 3 companies. The first 2 didn't work out because of my timeline. I did find out that I was being tasked for deployment, and that kind of threw a wrench into me actually getting my paperwork approved, and someone who was willing to onboard me so early and approve my application before we even knew a date that was kind of set in stone. So the third organization that I did reach out to, we had the communication piece between us, and they wanted to set up a Zoom interview. So that location of where the internship is going to be is about 45 minutes away from me, and logistically it just made more sense to have a Zoom interview. And it was about an hour long. It went very well. They told me at the very end of the program that they wanted to bring me on as an intern once I returned from my deployment. Sorry. I've been in communication with my point of contact for that company basically the entire time that I've been deployed, because I had a lot of extra free time. I asked him, besides taking classes for my bachelor's degree program that I'm currently in, what can I do to kind of set myself up to prepare for the internship. I am stepping outside of my career field, as I'd mentioned, and that does come with its disadvantages. My point of contact at the company sent me a list of about 8 items that I could pursue. A lot of them were CompTIA certifications. So one of my biggest goals out here was to take the CompTIA Security Plus exam. It's a baseline exam or certification for a lot of federal government jobs, and this company that I'm going to be interning for specifically works with federal government. They do a lot of contract work. They mainly focus in database management. As far as the understanding that I have not obviously started the internship yet, so I have a lot to learn, but looking forward to it. It's going to be an awesome experience. The company has been great with keeping in touch with me. We have half an hour, 45-minute Zoom call about every 2 months just to stay on track and kind of keep them in a loop about my progress and the things that I'm learning while I'm here, just to prepare for the start of the internship. As far as the actual approval process went, The company that I did end up getting my application approved through is with a third-party organization which basically has their own listing of approved Skillbridge providers, but it's basically through a central company. So my Skillbridge is through Higher Military, and then through Higher Military, since they are the approved Skillbridge company, they have access to a ton of other companies that are seeking Skillbridge interns that may not be directly approved through the DoD program. So they're basically the middleman to staffing these companies with people that are separating and retiring from the military that are looking for post-employment opportunities, either based on what they were doing in the military and taking their prior experience and basically putting it towards a position that they're either pursuing or something that they're interested in changing careers, like myself. So overall, the process was pretty straightforward as far as the interviewing goes. Some providers are going to have additional interviews depending on the job position. Someone who is retiring that has 20 plus years experience is probably going to go into more technical role than someone who's separating that may be considered more entry level as myself. And the three main signatures that you're really going to have to get are your commander, who is the last step of the process, your education office or education center. They tend to have the most updated information as far as Skillbridge changes go. The program is changing and adapting just based upon new policies as this program does become more popular with service members that are separating and retiring. So that's kind of a summary of my Skillbridge experience so far. Super excited to start it. It's a great opportunity, and the communication has been amazing so far. They were willing to work with me because of my deployment, and obviously as service members, that's not something that we really have control over. So for them to kind of go out of their means to maybe not take someone who is available immediately, that's obviously I really appreciate that, and it 100% gives me the opportunity to get my foot in the door for a company that may not have considered me with the current experience that I have. So getting this internship, working with this company, getting to meet everyone, getting to see what they do, and start to understand their product and the services that they deliver and be a part of the team is a really cool opportunity. And anyone that's considering Skillbridge that thinks it might be too much work, or they're like, well, you know what, I'll just finish out my contract, at least look into it. There's too many opportunities not to be able to do it. And especially if your leadership is on board, there's people that are getting their Skillbridges denied because their leadership's not approving it. So if you have the opportunity to do it, please do it. It's a great program. I'd love to answer any questions that anyone has, as either on YouTube or on LinkedIn for whoever sees this video. I've reached out to a lot of people already about Security Plus for some people that have been asking for some study tips. That is one of the certifications that I did make a goal of passing out here, and I did just pass my Security Plus exam, the 601 exam. So super excited about that, bringing that into my internship to hopefully utilize it day one. And for anyone that has questions and is just looking for some guidance or for some mentoring, I will do the best job that I could possibly do. I love helping people out. And thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it.